How's it going, guys? Today we are reviewing slash doing the first impressions of the nature cards for the Trial of the Gods expansion, so let's jump right in. In the 1 mana slot we got the Blessing of Nature, which gains 4 favor and gives regen +2 to target friendly creature. I've comboed this with Dinesh in Bull and it can be pretty awesome because it's essentially a regen 6 every turn, which is crazy, but I don't think it has a lot of potential because loads of cards are gonna have confused, so they're not gonna be optimal for trades. So I'm gonna have to put this in the 3-star category. Then we have Dryades here, which adds a random nature card to your hand. It's an Afterlife. It's a 2 mana 1/2. There's other options for this. I might try to play like a Delph card, the Delph card Amazon that it's a 2 mana 1/2 that allows you to Delph a card. So I'm gonna have to put this in the 3 stars. Then we have Sudden Rally, summon 3 confused Amazon recruits. This is pretty nice because you can do the arcmonian onslaught the turn afterwards, and it can get out of hand pretty quickly. Other than that, it's an okay card. And oh, actually, you could also buff it because you have the Stealing Warrior and other cards that buff Amazon, so these can be better. So I'm gonna have to well, actually I'm putting this in the 4-star category because it deserves it. Then we have Steadfast Scout. If you control 2 other creatures, give this creature +3/+2, so it becomes a 3 mana 4/5. It's an okay card. I'm gonna try to have Aggrador Protector, so I'm gonna have to give this card 3 stars. Then we have Ordinary Goat, which at the start of your turn deal 2 damage to a random enemy creature. For me, 4 stars because this can not only attack, but it can also deal 2 damage to a random enemy creature. If you put 2 of these on the board, you're dealing 4 damage every start of your turn, which is amazing. Then we have Selena's Bow, which basically it deals 2 damage to a random enemy creature. It only removes 2 durability, but I don't think it's a good card, so I'm gonna have to put this in the 3 stars. So far, Lysander's Spear is the best legendary relic slash champion weapon. Then we have Frenzied Ritual, which deals 2 damage to a random enemy creature and adds a random and to a random friendly creature, then gives you a random nature card. So this essentially is an upgraded lightning strike. So, but in my opinion, it's pretty poor because it costs 4 mana. If this was 3 mana, it would be, well, it would be direct mana ramp. So, but it also deals damage to 1 of your creatures. So I'm gonna have to put this in the 3 stars. I would much rather play lightning strike. Then we have Beast Speaker. If you control a wild creature, refresh 3 mana. So if you're playing this in a wild type of deck, together with the links and stuff like that, you're gonna be refreshing mana, and this is pretty nice because essentially it's a 1 mana 3/3 if you have a wild creature. So it's pretty good. I'm gonna have to give this 4 stars and put it in the 4-star category because a 1 mana 3/3, it's pretty good with no downside. It's pretty good. Then we have Aeona's Affection, which is essentially a Rune Viper Tincture, but for nature, because it gives you a death card, nature card, and war card. I don't think nature has the has the luxury of being able to play this and not waste mana. Not unlike Magic, which can do that because you have loads of spells to deal with whatever's on the board and whatever the opponent summons. So I'm gonna have to put this in the 2 stars because I don't think it's really effective. I'm gonna try to play forwards and stuff like that. Then we have Trial of the Hydra. Give regen +1 to each friendly creature and then buff them based on the amount of regen they have. This for me is a 5-star card because you have loads of regen creatures, and then buffing everything by XX, so buffing everything by the regen value is absolutely bonkers. And if you play this, it's basically game over. And you have loads of cards in the board. Then we have Jaguar Stuff. For me, another 5-star cards for sure. I've been playing this with Amazon deck in the nature in the wild deck. This is bonkers. Like for 5 mana, not only do you get 4 attacks, so 8 damage. Okay, for 5 mana. On top of that, you get 12 worth of stats separated every turn with a new creature that can trade against opponent's creatures and stuff like that. So this is absolutely bonkers. 5 stars, in my opinion. Then we got Selena's Insight. Target friendly creature attacks a random enemy creature. If you're survived, you destroy all enemy creatures. So if you play this, you want to be playing this, and you want to target a really high health creature, but it's essentially the first real good board clear that nature has. Of course, you need to have one high health creature, but it's fairly easy for nature to do this because you have really good cards, Black Rhino, Dinesh Bow, and stuff like that. So it's a really good card. In my opinion, it's 4 stars, upper end or 4 stars. On the other hand, Enchanted Vines deal 3 damage to 4 random creatures and then add a random nature card. In my opinion, that's a bad board clear type of card for nature. Well, it's on the level of the other nature board clears, but we want to ramp things up, right? So I'm gonna have to put this in the 2 stars category because I haven't been able to play this and like at all deal any significant amount of damage. Then we have Color of the Hunt, regen 3, give it friendly creature. Basically after it attacks, it deals 2 damage. It's an okay card. It can get pretty good if you have lots of creatures on the board and you want to do trades. And that is why I'm going to put it in the 4-star category. But if you're playing it by itself, it's not that good. Then we have Dinesh Bow, another 4-star card in my opinion. It's basically a gigantic wall that heals itself by 4 every turn. So it's pretty good. And if you combo this with Trial of the Hydra, then it's absolutely bonkers, man. It's a regen 5. It's going to get 5/5 worth of stats in terms of buff, which makes it an 8/12 for 6 mana with regens 5. And that's like, oh my god, that's Hydra level. So 4 stars. Then we got Arcmonian Hydra. Summon a 3/2 Hydra head with regen 1. After one of them dies, summon 2 of them. I haven't seen this being played successfully. Why? Because if the effect stayed on the Hydra head by itself, it would be good. But the problem is that people are gonna target this Arcmonian Hydra, and once this dies, the effects won't trigger for the head. So I think that's the way it goes. Because if it's not, then my opinions change. But other than that, it's an okay card. It's 7 mana, 9/8 essentially in terms of stats. But it has confused. So I'm still gonna put it in the 4 stars. Even if if the effect stays with the heads, it's even better, but it's still not 5 stars in my opinion. So 4 stars. And then we have Figure in the Streets, frontline regen 2, add 2 random nature cards to your hand. This is an okay card. It's not good, it's not bad. 3 stars. And then we have Kyron the Teacher, which has regen 1 and gives another random friendly creature +1/+1, gives burn to a random enemy creature and remove run durability. So it's like a jack of trades, jack of all trades. It's pretty good to be running because it's a good tool to have, and you can target the buff. So it's much better than like just the shield. I think the card that gives +1/+1 to another card. For 1 mana, this is much better, even though you can only have 1 of them. I'm still gonna put this in the 4-star category. Then we have Selena, which each friendly creature is no longer confused, which is pretty good for nature, removing confused from your creatures and then deal to them. Her ability is to deal 2 damage to an enemy, and then a random enemy creature becomes confused. Can get out of hand pretty quickly, especially because this has backline and wards, so it cannot be dealt with right away, and that's only why it's one of the really good champions, because it has ward and backline. Because if it didn't, it wouldn't be that great. So 4 stars in my opinion. Then we have Seasonal Rebirth, deals 15 damage to each enemy creature. Your opponent summons a 1/1 walking plant. So basically, you're doing a board clear, but you're bringing your opponent back to full health essentially. But I think it's pretty good. I'm gonna put this into 4 stars. Compared to the other board clears that nature has, this is much better, so I'm gonna have to do this. And then we have Dinesh the Bountiful, which is add 9 random nature cards to your hand, set their cost to 1, deal 6 damage to each enemy character. So not only does it do a board clear, it fills your hand with cards that cost 1 mana. Okay, nature cards that cost 1 mana, and then it's an 8/8. And this, in my opinion, is a 5-star card. I've only been able to play this once, like successfully, but like having loads of 1-mana card creatures, it's just gonna tip the scales in your favor so hard. So for me, it's a 5-star card, and that's a good note to end. This nature review had 3 5-star cards, which is pretty good. We're ramping up. See you guys on the next video. Peace out. Bye bye.